Let's get right to it because we are continuing to follow the fallout from the shooting death of 20-year-old Daunte Wright. Prosecutors have arrested and charged the officer involved, Kimberly Potter, with second-degree manslaughter. Police say she shot Wright after mistakenly grabbing her gun instead of her taser. The address of the officer's house was leaked online, and DailyMail.com got video of barriers and fencing being put up around it. Meantime, Wright's family held a joint press conference with their attorney, Ben Crump, along with George Floyd's family outside the courthouse where Derek Chauvin is on trial, demanding justice for both families. And for a third night, protests continued after the 10 p.m. curfew. There were some confrontations with police, leading to more than 70 arrests. We're also learning more about the warrant that was out for Daunte Wright. According to court records, it was related to an armed robbery case. Now, going back to second-degree manslaughter, Erica, that is 10 years, maximum 10 years, I believe a $20,000 fine. Do you think that is enough of a charge?
Honestly, Sam, I'm sick of trying to even pontificate and answer this question. I mean, right now we are looking at basically we're finding out how much a black life is worth in this country based on the Chauvin trial, based on what's happened with Daunte Wright, and before that we were finding out with Botham Jean, and before that we were finding out with. So we're just waiting to see what is the going rate in 2021 on a black life, and how much time should someone serve should they take one. That's what the jury's out on, and that's what we'll find out.
Al, what are you thinking today? You were pretty discouraged and hopeless yesterday. How are you feeling today?
I don't know if I was discouraged and hopeless. I mean, I could definitely see how that came off like that. I think I'm a lot like Erica. I think that you, at some point, Sam, whether it's your marriage, your job, your career trajectory, whatever you're stopping to take a look at, you have to say, objectively, how is this going? Not how do I feel, how is this going? And all the things that Erica, all the people that Erica just listed, I guarantee you if I asked everybody at that table to write down 5 police shootings, we would have different names. That's how many there are. Like, we haven't even talked about Breonna Taylor, Tatiana Jefferson. There's so many that we don't even like. So how are we supposed to process this, Sam? How am I supposed to say, well, you know, Ahmaud Arbery, his people got this, but then, you know, Botham Jean, she just walked in and shot him, but they said he had weed on it. Like, there's so many different situations, but at the end of the day, they let you know that they'll get back to you on whether your life matters. And that's what's kind of disheartening, but at least we know the truth.
Right. Wow. Before you chime in, Jeff, I do want to read comments because we're getting a lot of comments right now from our viewers, and we always want to hear from you. We have Section 31 on Twitter. Choosing the wrong weapon and killing someone instead of stunning them is manslaughter. I wonder what would happen if a doctor used a steak knife instead of a scalpel and killed the patient. Phillips Gerard on Twitter says manslaughter is appropriate. It'll be hard to prove that she actually meant to shoot him instead of using her taser, especially with the video of her yelling taser. It didn't seem to me it was intentional. Rebecca says she was grossly negligent, so she should have a higher charge than second-degree manslaughter. And DJM60 says it was a heat-of-the-moment accident that he brought on himself. She should never be an officer again, but he caused the outcome. Don't break the laws and resist arrest when you do. I just want to correct that. Police officers are not there to be judge, jury, and executioner, so that is a fact.
Yeah, I think the appropriate charge is manslaughter. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what this is. But if you take this single case alone, it is. If you take the proximity of George Floyd, everything happened, historical context, I see the frustration. I see why people want more. People
are sick and tired. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. I agree with you, but I want to leave on this note because I think it just goes to show how unfortunately common this is, where you have 2 individuals who knew each other. So I don't know if a lot of our viewers know that George Floyd's girlfriend was actually, there we go, Daunte Wright's high school teacher. So yeah, it's closing in more and more and more.